John Dillinger, and we got another exciting one for you today.
Not too exciting.
It's the last one. It's a somber episode. This is the final Razorbacks podcast for the regular season. We're definitely going to be doing basketball, and there'll be coaching searches stuff that we can. I mean, we'll definitely do a stream when the coach is announced and everything like that. So we're excited for the rest of the year. We got basketball that we want to do. Baseball, we're always a top 5 program, so we'll try to get into some of those games as well.
I just always hate, it seems like the last several years, it's just like, because football is what it's all about.
It is. It's the
I love Razorback basketball, I love Razorback baseball, but you want the football team to be good.
Yes.
And we just aren't.
You'd rather be the best at football than any other sport.
Yeah.
I mean.
In fact, we're not even not good. We're the worst in the SEC.
We are.
Just talking a while ago with a family, one of the ladies said, are the Razorbacks the worst? And I said, well, not historically, but right now we are absolutely the worst team in the SEC. Vanderbilt beat Tennessee today. I think they did, didn't it? Wasn't that game final?
I wasn't checking. I was making the thumbnail.
I think they thumped them. Seemed like it was at least a double-digit win.
Let me make sure we're in
unless
here.
something wild happened there at the end. But just, I'm just glad this season's over. Now it is coaching carousel season in full swing. Folks have been waiting on Lane Kiffin's decision. I told Sawyer, I said, Lane Kiffin should have done like LeBron James and had an ESPN special for this, decision. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When they all said they was taking their talents to South Beach or whatever and went to Miami. Lane Kiffin should have done that. He should have made some money. I think to me it looks like he's staying at Ole Miss. We're on live, so we don't know. That story could be breaking as we're speaking, but I don't know why you'd go in for a conversation with the athletic director and it go 2+ hours unless you're trying to hammer out a deal.
Yeah.
So Lane Kiffin probably staying at Ole Miss. That may be good for Arkansas as far as coaching search-wise goes, because let's be honest, if the Ole Miss job was to open up, it probably hurts Arkansas.
Yeah, it's not a better job, but it's more attractive.
Right now, it seems to be a more attractive job, and probably even nationally, I would say average fans would probably think that Ole Miss is a higher job than Arkansas, it's just insane, especially if you're my age. I mean, all my years of growing up, Ole Miss was never a threat. The SEC, with the bottom of the SEC on the west was the Mississippi teams. The bottom of the SEC on the east was Vanderbilt and Kentucky. And the fact that we are the bottom of all of it now is embarrassing. But looking at schools like Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, Indiana, it ought to give us hope that, hey, if we get this coaching, decision right and we put the money in, anything's possible. We can be back up in there.
Yeah, so
what we got breaking news-wise?
Right now, nothing. Everybody is still 100% behind Bobby. They all want him to be hired still.
Everybody is not 100% behind Bobby.
Everybody but John Dillinger.
That's crazy.
It's just
all right, let's talk about Bobby's coaching in this game. What did you think about it?
It baffles my mind. He's a coach who says that he will not.
Yeah, I agree. Unselling Duke.
He's a coach that says he's not going to do 2 quarterbacks. We started with KJ. I was excited. He was playing great to start the game. And then, the second half or second quarter, whatever, Taylon Green comes in the game.
Why?
For whatever reason. I mean, KJ made no mistakes up to that point, really. He was playing great, and then we're like, all right, you're doing good. Let's make you get cold and bring in a cold Taylon Green. And immediately,
Bobby Petrino said in his press conference, I'm not a 2-quarterback guy. He made it sound as if he was going to pick a starter and go with him, and he come out and was a 2-quarterback guy until he wound up being a Taylon Green guy again. Why? KJ Jackson is running the ball efficiently. He's running the offense efficiently. He's making good passes. He's stepping up in the pocket. He's using his legs to get first downs. Do you notice that when KJ's the quarterback, the pocket stays cleaner?
Yes, it does.
Now, I know it still collapses, but
it's almost like they want him to be the quarterback or something. You know?
I don't think it's even the offense.
It's not.
It is Talon just takes off.
Yeah.
He does not give the play time to develop. He's going to take off and start running.
Yeah. It baffled my mind seeing Talon come in after that. So I didn't like that he was playing Talon after KJ, to me, has definitely proven that he's the better quarterback right now. You know, maybe not the whole time, but as of late, he has been the better quarterback.
I'm going to ask another question, Razorback fans. If KJ Jackson is the starting quarterback this season, what is our record?
And so
couldn't be worse. He's going to beat Alabama A&M, and he's going to beat Arkansas State.
Yeah.
So don't anybody say it'd be worse. It couldn't be worse.
So I didn't like that.
I think it's
like
3 games better. I think we win at
he,
least 5 games this season.
I don't like that he played Talon Green. And you know, his decision for the first field goal, it wasn't wrong either way. I would have liked to see him go for it rather than kick the field goal, but you know, we kick the field goal, we get the points, it's tied. That's fine with me. The second field goal, I feel like you go for it there. You're down. You know, it's a 2 yards. You can get it. You know, your offense has been pretty good so far. And then it's wet, so you really can't rely on a kicker to
I didn't have a
make
problem
those kicks.
with him going for the second one. I kind of was wanting him to go for the first one. It was a one yard. But I didn't really have a problem with either one. You know, the sad thing is we had the thing to happen in the game that we needed in order to win. That was the defense took the ball away and scored a touchdown. We won the turnover battle.
Yep.
1-0.
First game, I think.
Yeah, and then still cannot get. But to me, it's because Bobby Petrino decided to play the wrong quarterback the whole rest of the game.
Yep, I think that threw everything
We got
off.
some chat rolling in. Let's not get too far
Unselling
behind.
Duke 2 says Golish might go to Ole Miss if Kiffin goes to LSU.
That's true. That's why I think
Chicken
him staying
Timachenga
helps.
says he kind of wasn't once he brought TG back in. Junior Clark, 9019. I suspect that's exactly why Golish has drug his feet on this final decision. He's waiting to see if Ole Miss pops open.
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
He's waiting on either Florida or Ole Miss.
I don't think.
And he may even be in the Auburn.
He is. He's I don't know.
Why do you keep spitting?
I don't want to say that it's absolutely correct because I only seen one of the reporters tweet on it, but they said that Alex Golish is the front runner
at Auburn
behind John Summerall for Auburn.
Definitely, two things. Definitely, Trey Schapp.
Absolutely.
Look, we should boycott Trey Schapp.
He should be run out of the state.
I mean, he's done this before, trying to break stories, trying to break news, trying to be the guy to get out in front and get all the attention.
Yep.
Like some kind of glory hog. And look, he's not a fan. He's a media person. Mm-hmm. He should be reprimanded. We should boycott whoever he works for. I know he works for 103.7 The Buzz because he's on drive time. He's probably talking on the radio after the game. I mean, he needs some. You know, I'm not saying anything threatening him or anything. Yep. He just needs to be accountable because all he did was hurt the University of Arkansas.
Absolutely.
Now, all he did. By releasing that without it being a done deal, you are hurting the program. It makes us look stupid. It makes,
if he goes somewhere else, it's going to make Arkansas look like some idiots.
Yeah. So, you know, as far as Golish and as far as who and this and that, I'm sticking with this game right here. I think Bobby showed that he's not the right coach for me.
So in terms of Golish,
I didn't like anything basically he did in this game after he benched KJ Jackson.
To stay on Golish for just a second, I'll say this about him. In my opinion, it's either Florida or Arkansas. I think Ole Miss can be used as a bargaining chip for him to get some more money. I don't think he would ever choose Ole Miss over Arkansas simply because, you know, although it might be a more attractive job to some, he has ties with Arkansas and he has ties with Florida. He's in Florida right now, so it would make sense for that move. His wife I believe she was born and raised in Arkansas. They visit Arkansas very often. And, you know, although the wins and the vibe is a little different. Arkansas and Ole Miss is not a day and night different program. Arkansas still has the money for the right guy. Arkansas has a bigger fan base. They have better facilities. They've got all the right stuff. They just don't have the right coach, and they don't have the right vibe right now. You know, we've been on the vibe.
But Ole Miss has it,
yes.
so that's why it's going to look more attractive.
You know, but Ole Miss can't outpay unless our donors don't like the guy we want. They can't outpay Arkansas or Florida, and he has no ties to him, so it wouldn't really make sense. That's just my opinion. In terms of Bobby for this game, I think this was Bobby's worst performance of the season in all of his games so far, decision-wise. The decision to put Talon in baffled my mind. I was like, what's going on? I understand it's senior day. I thought he would have started, and he would have messed up once, and we would have got rid of him.
I was thinking, okay, maybe he's just bringing him in, going to give him a series because it's senior day.
Yeah.
And, of course, that series fell on its rear end. So get him back out. Let KJ have the rest of this game. Let KJ, lead this team to a victory. But he didn't. In fact, he wound up putting KJ on the bench and playing Talon Green the rest of the game. And what happened is the game got out of hand. Mm-hmm. At least KJ was keeping us in the lead or, right there tied. Once it became Talon Green's show, boom, they won. What was the final score? 31-17 or something like that?
I believe was the final score.
Just ridiculous.
I'll say this. It was I hate to say it because it feels like it's always an Arkansas fan saying it, but it's because it's always happening to Arkansas. The officiating today was absolutely horrible. It was atrocious. That's the thumbnail for today. Is all the flags. It was crazy.
As bad as
Trey Biddy was cracking me up. I was refreshing his Twitter. He was irate about it. He was like, Arkansas just got called for talking to the refs or anything. I mean, it was absolutely.
Here's a flag for existing.
It was outstanding. And
the non-calls again. The non-calls is as frustrating as the calls.
Yeah, they can make it. They can probably make it look like it was.
That guy.
Everything was fine.
If Missouri's player hitting Talon Green helmet to helmet is not targeting, I don't know what targeting is.
If that's not targeting, with the helmet, get rid of the foul.
He led with the helmet. He left his feet. He
hit him
lunged himself. He hit him directly in the helmet, to helmet head, targeted the area of our quarterback's head.
And it's a quarterback too.
Talon's asking for the flag. He's sitting there like, what's going on?
Yeah.
He hit me in the head, and they don't even consider replaying.
Even the announcers were saying, well, are they going to review that for targeting? The announcers were saying that.
Let me tell you where Bobby Petrino messed up right there. We get up and immediately run a play.
Yeah, you got.
If you milk that play clock, they probably would have got it looked at.
Yeah.
That's another.
They wouldn't have got it looked at.
They would have.
No, he should have done what
it would have come from the booth.
You're absolutely
right. The on-the-field refs were totally biased.
Okay, the on-the-field refs weren't biased for no reason. It's because the SEC has a vendetta, and they told them, hey, go there and make sure Missouri wins.
Would there at least have been a chance that it got reviewed?
Yes, he should. I'm saying you're right. He should have done it. It wouldn't have happened, though. The fix was in from the start.
But that's a knock against Bobby.
My brother-in-law Isaac, he sent me a DM the other day. It was somebody had posted that the CIA must be doing an operation on Arkansas fans to see how much a human can physically withstand. And I feel like that's so true.
I've had about my full.
I can't take any more. I need this operation to close. And part of it's the SEC hates Arkansas and will do anything for it. Part of it's is Arkansas's, higher ups and people that's in charge of the program. I feel like they hate us too, and they won't help us out, do nothing with the money and everything like that. So I don't know. It's hard to be a Razorback fan, but man, am I! I can't get enough of it. I can't stop rooting for them. I can't stop watching the train crash that is this program right now. As much as it would be awesome to be from another place, and it'd be great to be an Alabama fan, but I love the Lord, so I can't do that. And everybody knows that Jesus was a Razorback fan.
I'm trying to get logged in. Y'all make sure y'all like and share the video now.
I forgot to.
I haven't shared it in all the places I generally do, so I'm going to try to get that done because we have been having a lot of folks on here watching when we go live.
Yeah, so it's. I don't know. again, like I said, I think this was Bobby's worst.
It was by far
game
his worst.
for sure. I'm still not off of it simply because of what's our options. I mean, who are we going to take over Bobby Petrino? Unless I was actually right in my obviously joking. Unless I was right and we are about to hire Dabo Sweeney or Lane Kiffin or something stupid. Our choices right now are Ryan Silverfield. I don't think John Summerall's in someone that we can get right now because he's Florida and Auburn's front runners, and I don't think we're going to outbid them for John Summerall. So, Arkansas's coaching search right now is Ryan Silverfield, Alex Golish, and Kane Womack. And I cannot put any three of those coaches higher than Bobby Petrino. And I seen it. I understand he's 0-14 so far as a head coach his last 14 games. I don't hold this season against him.
I obviously don't know my Facebook password.
This was not Bobby Petrino's season, so I'm not holding it against him. But I also don't like what I've seen all the way. I'm not 100% for Bobby Petrino like I was, but I'm 100% taking Bobby over the three coaches.
Well, Chicken Timmy Tanga just said it wouldn't surprise him if Hunter Yurchek hired Bobby Petrino. I'm with you. If
it would surprise me, I don't think he's getting it. I don't think Hunter Yurchek's smart enough.
I could see it, especially if somebody hires Womack because Oregon State just hired Alabama's offensive coordinator, or maybe they've got two or something like that, the passing game coordinator or assistant, and I think he was the assistant head coach. Somebody may snatch him up if we don't, But I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to be against it if they hire Bobby. Again, I've always been a Bobby Petrino fan. Never had anything negative to say about him up until I'm just looking at what he's done this year, and I don't think he's done. The offense moves the ball. We have all these padded stats, but when it gets down into the red zone and we need to score, we don't. I don't like his decision making. With Taylor Green, I think he should have benched him. I think when he come in as the interim and he made all those firings and everything, that would have been a good time to also see, well, maybe let me see if my other quarterback can get the job done. Now, I know at the time we had all these one-loss games, and so he was trying to see, but maybe 2 games into that losing streak, check and see if you got somebody, not wait till the next of the last game, and then when you figure out, I do got a baller here, but I'm still not going to play him. So, who could we get otherwise if Golish is not the guy? That's the question. Silverfield's not a bad option when you just look at records and stuff like that.
I don't like it.
I did see a stat that since 2020 or 21, whatever, Silverfield had a better record than like a lot of the guys, getting like he had a better record than Morris, better record than Summerall, better record than Golish. You know.
All of them are like 22-15.
That still doesn't excite me a whole lot about him.
He's the least.
I'm not excited, but I don't know really, honestly. I think I'm just not I think I'm so fickle. I'm so jaded by this season. I don't know who would excite me. Dabo Sweeney would excite me. Urban Meyer would excite me. Nick Saban would excite me. But those are pie in the sky names.
Yeah.
Of the people that are available, I think I would get excited over Matt Campbell just because everybody's been trying to get him for so long. That would feel like an accomplishment. I don't know that he has really proved that he deserves.
To me, it'd feel like Brett Bielema.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted Brett Bielema, and we could get him, and that would be all right. But is he gonna, where's he at right now?
Iowa State.
Is he gonna do it in the SEC like he's doing it in the Big 30
and he's not even
or whatever?
He's not even really. It's not like he's dominating that league.
They were top 25 at the start. I don't think they are anymore.
Now they almost lost to Arkansas State in Jonesboro.
All right, let's get some of these comments here. Unselling Duke 2 putting Talon in at all was ridiculous. Absolutely. Chicken Timachanga, there's no way he's got time to read the field before he takes off. No, I mean when Talon when Talon snaps the ball, he looks at Omega Blake. He might sometimes look at Raylan Sharp, and then he's running 30 yards backwards. We say it every podcast. Every show, it's what he does. J.R. Clark, if Golish goes to Ole Miss, let him go. I don't want another Lane Kiffin, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Every year, the drama of it, will he stay or
I
leave?
so disagree with that.
I'd take Lane Kiffin right now in a heartbeat.
If you've got a guy everybody wants, that's a good thing, man. That's not a bad thing.
Yeah. So, you know, and will Alex Golish be a Lane Kiffin? You don't know. So, to me, it's taking a chance, and I don't know. Nobody excites me right now. I was super excited about the opportunity to, oh my gosh, we can get Bobby Petrino again. I don't feel that anymore. I want him still. I want him over everybody that's being talked about. But again, I'm just like, I think it's just the season. I'm tired of losing. I'm tired of getting beat up every single week and losing every single game. It's always close. And, you know, we've had, you know, the game against Texas, the game against Notre Dame wasn't close. This game felt a lot closer to me because, again, the refs were horrible. It's hard to be close in a game like that. And it ended up being 31-17, but, you know, I think they scored off of that punt return that was just ridiculous. They should never have had the opportunity. It was a blatant targeting call that didn't get called, and then 2 plays later they get a punt return touchdown. It shouldn't have been a.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think, and this is a question for everybody out here too, do you think we should have offered Kane Archer a scholarship?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Greenwood, quarterback. Greenwood has always been a pipeline to Arkansas. I mean, they're a state school. They should be. He has never lost a game as a starter. He's playing for his 3rd state championship in a row here. Bobby Petrino's had 2 years to offer Kane Archer. He's not offered him.
Yeah, so Kane Archer, if y'all aren't familiar somehow, he's not just a good high school recruit. He's nationally recognized. He didn't break an Arkansas state record. He broke the national high school record for pass completion in a season. So Kane Archer, he holds the national record for completion percentage in a season, 81.5% completion percentage on the season. That's insane. He's the first Arkansas player in history to throw for over 100 touchdowns and rush for over 50 touchdowns. He has over 10,000 passing yards, 125 passing touchdowns, 2,600 rushing yards.
No, they did not offer him.
54 rushing touchdowns. He's a dual threat. That's what everybody says.
See who just said we offered him. Somebody just popped up and said we offered him.
Well, he has an official offer from Arkansas.
He does?
He has an official offer.
My bad. I'm sorry.
We didn't recruit him at all, though. It was like
we just didn't.
We offered him, and then we didn't.
Give him an offer
we
and
didn't
just
talk
didn't
at
act
all.
like we.
That's Arkansas's problem with it.
My bad.
Danny Beal
I was wrong
these
on that.
Great Arkansas high school recruits right
Who
now
said
are saying
that?
that.
They need credit for
Tim Changi,
yeah.
All of the Arkansas highly touted recruits are saying, Arkansas, we'd never go because they don't recruit you. They didn't recruit any of them. So,
okay, so when somebody says they don't recruit me, to me, I took that as meaning we didn't offer him a scholarship. You know, if you make an offer, so he's mad we didn't baby him as much as everybody else did? You tell me Utah State was...
Utah. It was just the University of Utah.
Oh, he's going to Utah?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was Utah State.
But
you're saying Utah is... they've been down
people
here
are smart.
whining him
like,
and dining him?
Talk to the guy. Be like, hey, you're really good. We want you to come here. Not, here's an offer. Everybody else has already offered you. Everybody else is recruiting you. But we're the University of Arkansas. All we got to do is offer you. We don't have to. Arkansas's got a baby every recruit. We suck. We're horrible. And I hate to say that, but Arkansas is terrible. We're not good. We have to do everything we can to get the right recruits, to get the right coaches, to get the donor base excited. We're not in a position to just offer and go away with it.
So it sounds like we kind of have that Brian Kelly mentality of recruiting. I saw a video the other day talking on why Brian Kelly was such a poor match for SEC. They said, and this was a staffer that was both on Ed Orgeron's staff and on Brian Kelly's staff. He said, when we had a recruit on FaceTime, he said, I would walk up to Ed Orgeron, I'd say, hey,
Tillman. My bad.
I said, hey, I've got this recruit. Coach O would take the phone. He knew the recruit. Mm-hmm. He knew what he did in the game that he just played. Yeah. He would, hey, boy, we can't wait to get you down here on the bayou, and knew all about him.
Yeah.
They said they would do the same thing. They'd come to Brian Kelly. They'd say, hey, we got this recruit on the line. I need you to talk to him. And he'd say, no, make an appointment. And they're like,
yeah, I'm Brian Kelly.
They're like, no, he's on the phone right now. He said, I don't care if he's on the phone. I don't have time for that. You schedule an appointment, I'll talk to him.
Yeah.
Okay, if that's what we're doing, if that was the Sam Pittman style, if that's Bobby Petrino style.
For Arkansas recruits, it is. Arkansas recruits, that's the number one issue I have is we might be missing out on the next Darren McFadden because we're not recruiting our own staff.
That's why I honestly, and people laugh at it and everything, but honestly, I would not mind giving Ed Orgeron a shot at being
I'm fine with that. That'd excite me. I'd get excited. I'd be like, hey, if we're going to suck, at least we're going to have some fun with it. But I don't think he would. He's a national championship coach.
No, he would take this job in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
He wants to be a head coach again. We're not looking at him seriously because so many of the fans and even in the media think it's funny. Listen, Ed Orgeron's not going to be your offensive play caller. He's not going to be your defensive play caller. He's going to be your
CEO,
your money man. He's going to recruit players and he's going to recruit boosters to give money so that they can buy players. And that's why John Gruden is not a bad idea as a head coach. I don't really want a coordinator head coach, somebody that's going to try to either be the offensive or defensive coordinator. I need you to be the head coach and run this thing, and you hire a great staff. That's what Kirby Smart does. That's what Nick Saban did. Nick Saban was one of the best defensive coordinators in the country.
Yep.
When he became the head coach, he hired defensive coordinators. Yep. He didn't try to be his own defensive coordinator, so.
Getting back into some of these comments, this is talking about Trey Schapp. Chickadee Machanga says, I heard he broke it to try to get the decision to move quicker, and they say Golish's camp wasn't happy about it, so that may have killed the hire. I've also heard...
Well, if he did that, then that was him trying to use his media to... It sounded like he didn't want Golish and was trying to run him off to me.
I've seen that.
Because you don't do that. That would make anybody mad.
Yeah, I've also seen that. And I don't think this part's
speculation.
True, but I think some people have said that Alex Golish had he was the one who tried to get it out there that way that it would pressure the. I don't think that's true, but I've seen that a lot.
I think Trey Schapp was trying to break a story
Absolutely.
and be because here's the deal: when you do that, if that would have happened and Wednesday we would have hired him, then ESPN, Paul Feinbaum, all these people would have been calling Trey Schapp, bringing him on their show. This is the guy that broke the story and blah, blah, blah. If Alex Golish goes on to be the coach and if he is the man, I hope nobody calls Trey Schapp.
Yeah.
Call Brandon Marcello or Wes Moore or somebody else.
Biddy.
Don't call Trey Schapp.
No. I don't expect them to. Rico says SEC hates Arkansas football, even basketball. Bobby Petrino over the options out there. New year, new staff. We can be relevant with Bobby Petrino as head coach. I'm with you, Rico. I know you have different feelings about it.
Like I said, I'll get behind it if he's the coach.
But the options that I'm looking at, give me Bobby.
Listen, he's not a bad. You can do a lot worse. I would pick him over some of these guys that have been floated around. Like I'd pick him over Silverfield probably. Maybe even Womack, maybe even Golish. I don't know. Golish's record is not super impressive.
He's 22-15.
I mean, it really ain't.
In the American
7-6 and 7-6 and whatever he does this year.
Let's see here. Rico, heck yeah, bring Kane home. I'm with you. I don't know why we're not 6-1. He's 39-0. He's won 2 state championships. About to go win another.
Yeah, I mean they're acting like he's 5'8".
Yeah.
I said a long time ago, I thought we should have recruited Ryan Appling back when he was Arkansas State's quarterback, but we wouldn't because he was 5'10".
Yeah, I hate this. You've got to be baller, 6'5" minimum. No, you don't. You have to be a good quarterback. That Taylor Green has proved, and I'm not trying to hate on Taylor Green.
Here's
He's a
the deal.
fantastic athlete.
If you've got a guy that's
6'5"
and you got a guy that's 5'10", and they're both, and that's the only separating factor, pick the 6'5" guy.
Yeah.
He can see over the line better.
But if you've got a 6'1", 39-0 quarterback
but if
who's
he's
breaking
Doug Flutie,
national records,
you go ahead and you get him.
Yeah, Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. Chickadee Machanga, they said Archer wants to be a Razorback, but the phone calls quit coming, so he moved on. That's what I've seen.
Well, if you want to be a Razorback, you be a Razorback, though.
Yeah.
Don't be a baby.
Unsunder 2, let's buy his mama a house and car like USC used to do, LOL. John says Coach O would be an awesome head coach in Fayetteville. He likes the area too. Rico says Kane wants to be a Hog. Arkansas, go get him. I'm with you. I think we should.
Yeah.
We should get our best
Recruit
players.
the dude.
John, T.J. Hodges, Danny Bill, Kane Archer, etc. Those are the players who said that Arkansas didn't really recruit him much in high school. Back pain, Hogs lose to insert team, instant reaction. Every single week, we're always here. We never leave.
Back pain, we've got you covered if you want to see who the Razorbacks lost to this week.
Yeah. John, Kyler Murray sliced up defenses, and he's 5'10" max. Yeah, Kyler Murray was incredible through
Russell
college,
Wilson,
and I think he's a good NFL quarterback too. But it's not about the size of the dog in the fight; it's about the size of the dog in the fight. You know what I mean?
Size of the fight and the dog.
Whatever it says, that's what it is. So yeah, I'm not too big. I don't think you've got to be 6'6" and run a 3-second 40. I think you've got to be able to read defenses, know what you're doing. You've got to be
having it up here,
have pocket presence, have a mental.
That's the difference.
Anguity to stay in the pocket and not run out.
Let's do this. The main difference that I can see so far between Taylor Green and KJ is KJ has it up here. He reads defenses a lot better than Taylor Green.
And he's not as scared.
Yeah. He has the mindset. Like there was one, and it was close to getting picked off, but the pressure was coming. He stepped back. It was in his face. He made a throw, threw the ball away. Yeah. I'd take that over a 15-yard sack any day.
I think it was the touchdown play that happened.
Well, I'm talking about a different play. This was the incomplete pass.
Yep.
But
yeah,
you can tell he can read the defense and he can make quicker decisions.
Yes.
Throwing the football.
He reads his routes a lot quicker than Talon, and when pressure comes, we say it every 5 seconds. He doesn't take off 20 yards backwards. He'll either step up or he might rotate out the pocket.
And if he takes a sack,
he's looking at all of them.
It's a 5-yard sack because he's standing where he's.
And we still have a chance.
Yeah.
It's not a 25-yard play.
But it's over. Listen, KJ Jackson's gone. Taylor Green's gone. We don't have to argue about that anymore. Bobby made sure that KJ didn't get back in the game, so I'm sure he's going to be gone unless Bobby is hired and he can talk KJ into coming back.
The good thing is, yes, KJ is gone, but it's going to be real nice when we get Trinidad Chambliss to come in here with Lane Kiffin when that's announced here in a few hours.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be the announcement. Yeah. I don't think that's what he's talking to his AD about.
No. And you said, if you're not aware, Lane Kiffin was set for a meeting with his athletic director, Keith Carter, at 3 o'clock. It's now 6:45, and I keep refreshing this thing. I'm not seeing anything.
There was an update. He is going to address his players tonight.
That was like 6 hours ago, so I don't know if that's recent or not. But he went in for a meeting at 3 o'clock, and how long is this meeting? Still nothing's came out of it.
2 hours ago.
Yeah, it hasn't. He hasn't reported anything else since. But anyways, and you were saying, well, that's because they're going over the terms. He's saying Ole Miss. LSU needs an athletic director. Maybe he's trying to get a piece of the pie too.
You think he's in there talking that guy?
Yeah, the meeting is Keith Carter with Lane Kiffin, not Lane Kiffin with Keith Carter. He's saying, hey, look, get me in on this deal. I'll go be the AD for LSU. Let's do it. Rico says Kane has high football IQ and can lead a team, period. Absolutely.
I agree.
I've watched a lot of Kane Archer's highlights because I'm a fan of Arkansas sports. I like to watch the high school teams. I've watched a lot of his tape. He reads defenses quickly. He gets the ball out very quickly. He can rush if he needs to. He's a good running quarterback. I know that'll turn my eldest brother off immediately. He don't want him if he can physically move his feet. Evan does not want him to be a quarterback for us.
He wants a statue back there.
Yeah, he can read defenses. He's a smart kid. You watch him in interviews. He enunciates well. He talks like he knows what he's saying. So I'm high on Kane Archer. I'd like for him to come here. John says Arkansas's best quarterbacks even have all been at least 6'2". So now there's a common assumption that in order to be successful here, they have to be a bigger person. Yeah, how tall was Ron Mallett?
Ron Mallett was 6'7".
Yeah, he was a tall guy. So.
Matt Jones was 6'7", 6'8". Yeah. Tyler Wilson was 6'4", I think. He was a tall guy. Yeah. Both of the Brandon and Austin, what were their last names?
Brandon and Allen Austin?
Yeah, Brandon Allen. and Austin Allen. They were both probably 6'3"-ish, something like that. I don't think either one was like super tall. And then we had the one big dude under Chad Morris that was like 6'10".
Yeah.
I mean, we've had some tall quarterbacks. It's been a long time since I can't remember a short quarterback.
You don't have to be tall, though, you know.
I mean,
Drew
Tavares
Brees.
Jackson.
He's what, 6 foot even, and he's an
he's
all-time great
considered
quarterback.
a short quarterback.
Yeah,
that's another good example of you don't have to be. It's like that should be a last. Way down on the list.
It shouldn't be too far because you have to be able to see over the line or you can't see your receivers, but it's not the end-all, be-all. You need to learn how to throw the football. You're a quarterback. That should be your main priority. And Taylon Green just does not throw the football to the right team most of the time. It seems anyways. Rico, Doug Flutie was good also. Yeah, you mentioned him.
Yeah, he was like 5'8".
Yeah. John says, I mean, if you make the argument that Murray and Mayfield played in the Big 12, look at Manziel. What he did against the prime Saban-era defense is standing at about 5'10".
Rico, how tall was Quinn Grovey? I know him, and he's a sideline reporter, and I knew he was a great quarterback.
He's for Arkansas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just said he was
he does the podcast.
A shorter quarterback.
The Razorback Daily with.
He was probably 6 foot or so, and Kane's what, 6'1"?
Yeah, Kane's 6'1".
Yeah, I mean,
how tall was Manziel? Because Manziel's probably the best SEC quarterback of all time.
Who?
Johnny Manziel.
Manziel was probably in that 6 foot range.
5'11".
There you go.
Yeah.
He's a baller.
Yeah.
If a guy's a baller,
yeah,
he's a baller.
Yeah, so get him.
If he's a winner, he's a winner. Winner, chicken dinner.
But yeah, I mean, just to try to get back to the game a little bit. 31-17 is the final score. Arkansas ends the season.
It's just so frustrating because when we play Missouri, it's always like this. Like we had the lead at halftime. I remember the first year we went and watched the game. Me and Evan went. We was sitting in this nice box suite in there,
eating steaks.
He was eating at a different meal at every quarter, and we was blowing them out, having the time of our lives. And every time Arkansas would score, there was the people in the next suite over, the next box over, they was flipping us off and was mad. And then when Missouri went on their run, oh golly, they were giving us the what for. I'd never give them the satisfaction of looking at them. And we wound up losing that game, and it's been. Have we ever got to see? We've never seen an Arkansas-Missouri victory at the stadium, have we?
The one year that we were like, well, why would we want to go watch a loss? We won.
Yeah.
So
had tickets and didn't go, and then we beat them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't make the drive out today.
What do you think about Eli staying at Missouri? I kind of wish he would have took another job. I kind of wish he would have went to Florida and Lane Kiffin would have went to
I would rather
LSU because I feel like they're both really good coaches.
And they're good programs.
And I don't think they would have been able to replace them with guys as equal to them.
That's why the only reason I care so much and keep refreshing this is because I want Ole Miss to suck again. I want Ole Miss to be horrible. I want them to be the walking doormat of the SEC.
I saw a lot of Missouri fans that wasn't real happy that they give him $11 million for at that point it was 7-4, now he's 8-4.
Yeah.
Could go, I guess, 9-4.
He got $11 million.
Yeah.
He's an $8 million coach at the highest.
That's crazy. We're talking about crazy numbers,
I mean, he's had what, 2, maybe 3 10-plus win seasons?
Yeah, but he beats Arkansas every year.
He's never been to an SEC championship game.
Second
he's never been to a playoff.
Rival.
He's done nothing but win, 10 games.
Battle Line Rivalry, brought to you by Shelter Insurance. He wins that every year.
Yeah. I wish you'd change companies. I'm sick of them supporting
Missouri. Best insurance company in the world.
Yeah.
Can't help it that they're from Columbia, Missouri.
Yeah.
State Farm's from Columbia,
all
Missouri,
Jesus,
too. So. You got an
85-10. Lil Sis. So, again, I can't wait till Arkansas is good again so that we can go back to beating Ole Miss every year and beat Missouri.
When do you think we're going to know about the coach? I mean, today would be the day that you'd know, I would think. I think no later than –
it won't be
We'll
today.
know what Golish is going to do no later than tomorrow morning. May know tonight. If it's not Golish, then I expect Kane Womack to be named the coach probably tomorrow afternoon. That's what I think.
If it's Ryan Silverfield, like most people, John Neighbors thinks it's Ryan Silverfield, I'll be so upset. I won't get on board with it until the season starts, and then I'll get behind him out of protest. But I can't. I don't know why we're, you know.
Glad the Pittman era is finally
Memphis is
over.
7-4, and
Yeah,
we're like,
me
let's
too.
get their coach.
I mean, honestly, the Pittman era was over when he got fired.
Yeah.
This is the
No, it's
second
not.
Bobby era.
This is the end of the
And it's
Pittman
over.
era. I'm very glad. I'm with you on that. Glad the Pittman era is over. I'm excited to look for the Petrino V2 era, back to the Sugar Bowl, back to the Cotton Bowl.
Back to the Toilet Bowl. That's where we're at.
Oh, man, I'd be over the moon if we get to a toilet bowl. We're 2-9. We ain't making. We're 2-10 now. We ain't making it to no
Yeah,
bowl.
I'd love to play in the Duke's Mayonnaise Bowl this year.
You know how awesome it'd be? The Liberty Bowl sounds incredible right now.
Yep.
Well, you know, we was real mad that we kept getting the Liberty Bowl. Man, wouldn't that be nice this season to
Yeah, it would be.
get to watch Arkansas go play in the Liberty Bowl. But yeah, I mean, I'd expect at the very latest Monday for Arkansas's head coach to be announced. But I hope it's tomorrow. I don't want to wait. I'm sick of waiting. I want to know. I want to know what we're getting ourselves into. If I need to mentally prepare for another 2 years of just good grief, we're just going to suck and fire him in 2 years again and then repeat the cycle.
I'll be honest with you.
Or if it's Dabo Swinney and we're
I'm pulling for chaos. I'm hoping if Golish is not the man, I'm just kind of hoping they go with like Ed or, you know, John Gruden or somebody like that. And if not, them two guys, then maybe Petrino. I don't know that I want to gamble on some up-and-coming, unproven guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know how big of a splash they're going to make. You know.
I don't want another offensive coordinator if it's not Bobby. I'd get on board with Golish, but I want a defensive coordinator.
Well, he's an offensive guy.
Who was, yeah, I was saying unless it's Bobby, I could get on board with Golish, but who was the scandalous defensive coordinator for the Saints when they won their Super Bowl?
Charlie somebody?
Greg Williams, maybe?
Greg something. Wilson? Greg Wilson?
Greg
Williams?
Greg something. I want him. Let's get some head hunting going on in Arkansas football. We need a defense
You want him
that
as
is.
a head coach or defensive coordinator?
I don't care. I want him on the coaching staff. I don't care. Look, we can get targeted. I'll take targeting calls. I want an aggressive and all-out defensive pursuit every game. I want people to be like, "Oh my Lord, we have to play Arkansas this week."
Well, that alone.
I don't want to have to, deal with these bruises. I just want meanness on Arkansas's defense.
That alone
is
the main thing that makes me not really want to hire Bobby as the head coach.
I understand that.
Even in his best years, we still didn't. We've never had a defense. Remember that play where we had tackled the guy for a 1 yard gain maybe, or right at the line of scrimmage? And I've never seen anybody get out of having three big men on you.
380 pound
and none of them decided to wrap him up.
No.
They just kind of just like, all right, go down, guy. And then he busts out for a 30, 40-yard touchdown out of that.
I think it was 68 yards.
Was it that big?
I think it was.
It was insane.
Yeah.
It's like, what's going on? But even in Bobby's best years, we never had a stellar defense. He's going to spend all the NIL money on offense. He's going to overpay for some quarterback that he thinks is the next Taylor Green that we overpaid for. And so that's just I know all the Bobby lovers are mad at me because
I ain't mad at you. I understand it. I just don't know who you take over him.
I'm just saying I don't trust him to build a good defense. And I think for us to be, if we want to be what we want to be in this league, we need to do what the upper echelon teams are doing. Alabama, Georgia, and A&M. They've built their teams around the defense, and then they play complementary offense on top of that. And Mike Elko's a good, offensive guy at A&M.
Lane Kiffin's offense. Eli Drinkwitz's offense. But he ain't doing too good now.
Yeah, and those are valid points, but do you fear playing them like you fear playing Alabama, Georgia, or A&M?
The team that scares me the most to play, and we don't play them, is Georgia because of their ferocious defense.
Yeah.
I don't want all of our star players to get hurt, and I feel like they would be a team that would hurt them.
And I feel like when Arkansas is at its best is when we've got
I know Backpain's going to love that comment.
A stellar a stellar defense and then a good offense to go with it. You know.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it's hard to say that. He went 11-1. He went 10-2. So it
but
can
in the
be
teams
done.
that we in those seasons, go back and look who we lost to in those seasons. We didn't compete when we played a huge offense. I mean, a huge defense.
Ohio State's always had a good defense. They cheated. We won that game.
They didn't cheat. They played players that had received some benefits. They got free tattoos. They didn't come in and cheat in the game.
They cheated. Ineligible players.
The
game is vacated for them. We won that game.
But on the football field, they whipped us.
Yeah.
And USC whipped us, and Alabama whipped us. So that's what I'm saying. I want us to build a ferocious
They didn't whip
defense.
us. It was 31-26. I know it was somewhere.
Who's that? Ohio State.
Yeah, that Sugar Bowl or Cotton Bowl, whatever. So yeah, here you want to hear some outstanding statistics.
Sure.
Missouri wins this football game 31-17.
They threw one pass.
They threw 4 for 7 passes for 25 yards.
They didn't throw much.
25 yards, and they won 31-17.
They had like 300
0 touchdowns,
rushing yards,
and no interceptions. But rushing, 58 attempts, 322 yards, and 3 touchdowns on the ground. Arkansas, KJ Jackson, he was 11 for 17, 126 yards and a touchdown. Taylor Green, 6-13, 59 yards and no touchdowns.
Yeah, so why was he
no
playing?
sense.
Why did he play the entire second half?
Well, it's because he'll obviously do better at rushing, okay? Arkansas rushing, Mike Washington, 11 for 50, KJ Jackson, 4 for 14, Taylor Green, 8 for 4.
Good job, Bobby.
8 attempts, 4 yards.
Good job, Bobby.
8 attempts, 4 yards.
Good job, Bobby.
This game is what makes me not so excited for Bobby.
Yeah,
but I'm
I mean,
taking him
that's
over
just
everybody
stupidity.
else. That was
Unless
a dumb
they come and
game
say,
coached.
We didn't want to report it, but KJ Jackson broke his ankle on a play y'all
Yeah.
didn't see. I mean, and we know that's not the truth. He was ready to go.
Yeah. Unless he was like, let's not let him put out some tape so we can keep him next season, I don't understand it.
Yeah,
That makes
Arkansas
sense.
never scored while Taylor was on the field.
Yeah. So 322 rushing for Missouri, 61 for Arkansas.
Rico said historically, are you meaning for Arkansas or are you saying
Historically,
across
having
college
an
football?
offensive coach is better than defensive coach. The players checked out.
I disagree with that. I mean,
the greatest coach of all time.
defense wins championships is a saying for a reason.
Yeah. When you go back and look at the past championship winners of the last decade, it's like Ohio State, Georgia, and Alabama, all defensive teams.
Clemson.
Well, Clemson's offense, but Dabo Swinney's an offensive coach.
No, that when Clemson was winning national championships, Brent Venables was their defensive coordinator.
That is true. Time of possession, Missouri 34 minutes, 3 seconds to Arkansas's 25 minutes, 57 seconds. Penalties. Arkansas had 16 penalties.
Yeah, they were trying to break that record.
And they had a few that were
State.
declined, so it could have been break. It was 2 or 3
they
that
probably,
were declined.
No, they probably declined 4 or 5. It was several.
Missouri ended up having 5 penalties. They had like 3 at the very tail end of the game.
They got 5. It felt like
it was
2.
at the very end of the game. They had 2 penalties almost the whole time, and they're like, all right, well, this is looking like the Mississippi State. Let's throw some stuff, make it not look as bad. But no,
I wonder if that was the same crew. Because that main field
it was
ref
the same
looked like
conference, and that's all that mattered.
Looked like Sling Blade. He was very familiar looking to me.
It didn't matter who was out there.
We're going to throw a flag on Arkansas.
It didn't matter who was out there officiating. It was that we're playing in the Southeastern Conference, and they want us to stay at the bottom.
Here's how bad it was. Not only did they not call the targeting on Taylor Green when the guy clearly targeted Taylor, but they threw a flag on targeting when we hit our own player, and then they were like, you can't throw a flag. He hit his own guy. So they said there's no flag for targeting.
Yeah, literally. It was on Phillip Lee. He got hurt, and as soon as it happened, and I said, "Oh, he just targeted our own player," as a joke, and I said, "Watch him call it." And nothing happened, and then I was going talking to my oldest brother, and they said there is no flag for target. I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I was just kidding.
No, he threw the flag.
It's wild. I mean, and again, Arkansas lost this football game because of Bobby Petrino's coaching decisions.
That's a fact.
But also, SEC officiating never helps. It's
Listen,
outrageous.
listen.
They wouldn't have scored as many points.
Here's the
if it
facts.
wasn't for the
Missouri
SEC.
did what we needed them to do to help us.
Yeah.
All those bad snaps, fumbles.
Fumbling, scoop and score.
They did what we needed them to do for us to win this game, and Bobby Petrino crapped it away by playing the wrong quarterback.
Yep.
He done it all year. We thought he fixed it, come out, started KJ. I was like, yes, we're going to beat Missouri. We get the coin flip, we defer. I'm like, we're going to beat Missouri.
Yeah, he finally deferred. I was excited about that. Hey, I got good news for you. I can bring you back onto the Bobby train.
Who started the second half? Was it KJ or Taylor? I didn't get to see that series.
Yeah, Taylor.
Went 3 and out.
Yep.
So we even blew our defer to the second half.
Yeah.
Y'all
was
still
in
want
for
Bobby.
Yeah,
Okay.
we do. And here's how I'm going to bring you onto it.
No, you ain't going to bring me onto it.
I'll tell you right now how I'm going to do it.
All right.
You're about to be a Bobby Petrino fanatic. Taylor Green's out of eligibility. Taylor Green can't be put back into the game after this season.
I bet Bobby has a waiver with the SEC.
Does he have a brother named Taylor before I get caught lying?
I bet Bobby files a waiver with the NCAA to try to let him bring Taylor Green back for another year.
Well, Taylor Green he's not been injured, and he's been at a Boise State, which is an FCS school, so he can't be brought back. So I'm getting you back on here. I know, but yeah, he can't get put back in the game at least. So there's that. I'm sure we'll find
I'm sure
6'6" quarterback, defense dual threat that'll do the same thing.
A way to not play the right quarterback next year.
J.R. Clark says Bill Montgomery was only 6 foot, but man, he was tough. A lot of Razorback fans.
I mean, that's
remember
going.
Him, he played in the 60s.
In fairness, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that comment. Bill Montgomery was an Arkansas legend, but I mean that's going back to a way different time and era.
The 60s.
I mean, back then the NBA players wasn't like 6'3", 6'4". So I would say 2000 on would be. The areas where we need to really kind of relate these players with. And in the modern era, you want your quarterback 6'2" or more. But there's always exceptions to that rule.
If you're a good football player, you're a good football player.
Yeah, and I think Kane is a baller. I really do.
Yeah, I'm high on Kane Archer. I'd like to say it. Chicken Timachanga says Arkansas played like the John Ritter character from Sling Blade. That'd be something you'd know.
What was it?
Arkansas played like John Ritter character from Sling Blade.
That's a way of saying grr.
That didn't.
Speaking of Sling Blade, that head official looked exactly like Sling Blade.
Yeah. Rico says college. I like Taylor Green. Look, I've said this many times. I like Taylor Green. I think he was a much better option than what we had other than KJ. We didn't know, though. We didn't know KJ was the better option. And I always say it, I think Taylor Green is a phenomenal athlete.
I
think he's one of the best athletes in the college football.
He lacks
he's
it
not
here.
He's not a phenomenal quarterback. He doesn't have the quarterback's mindset. He has an running back's mindset. He's got an athlete's mindset. He does not have the wherewithal to stay in the pocket, move forward, move side to side.
Could you imagine if we would have I'll tell you something the Houston Nut used to do. Back when Matt Jones was our quarterback, we also had a talented quarterback named Tavares Jackson. And T-Jack, he had a cannon for an arm. Now, his problem was he wasn't super accurate. But sometimes Nut would put Tavares in as quarterback and would split Matt Jones out wide. He would let him either go play receiver or he would do jet sweeps with him. Could you imagine Taylor Green on a jet sweep?
Yeah.
He loves to run horseshoes. Mm-hmm. That's the perfect play for him. If we'd had KJ in there running jet sweeps with Taylor and doing some different stuff, I'd have been okay with it.
We had the skill set this year to run some amazing trick plays with Taylor Green and KJ Jackson.
Did we run one trick play this year?
I don't think we ran any.
I don't remember one.
I'm sure we ran one or two, but for the players that we have, you're telling me you've got two phenomenal, like really good quarterbacks. Well, you've got KJ Jackson and you've got a really good athlete. But, I mean, that is a recipe for amazing trick plays. You know, you run KJ at quarterback, and you've got Taylor at slot, and you can either throw it straight to him or run some jet sweeps or, I mean, do all kind of stuff. And we
you know what I just realized?
What's that?
We're missing the treasure hunt.
Oh, is that
Truman
right?
treasure hunt.
Yeah, we've got a citywide treasure hunt going on every night this week.
Truman, Arkansas, it's treasure hunt season.
Yeah.
Hickey Time, Bo Hickey, my cousin, basically my little brother.
Uncle Bo.
So yeah, we gotta get
look,
off
Bo,
this
if you're
one. Go find
watching
this
this,
$100.
if you're watching this, Bo, I was 5 seconds away from winning $100.
Somebody just asked something about Houston Nutt.
Unselden Duke 2 says, I don't even think he's super talented. If you throw 4 interceptions all in the fourth quarter, then you don't need to be a quarterback. Chingtimachango, was it Houston Nutt that lined D-Mac up at quarterback?
Yeah, and that was, so everybody talks about they call it the Wildcat offense. I don't know what that goes back to, but
Truman.
We called it the Wild Hog, and that's when everybody started doing it. That's when the Miami Dolphins started doing it, and they come down and watched Arkansas practice, and had Run DMC back there.
Yeah.
And he'd line up at quarterback. He'd have Peyton Hillis at fullback and Felix Jones as tailback behind him.
Yeah.
Man, what a backfield, son.
That's some names right there to be able to throw
Darren
out.
should have won the Heisman Trophy.
Twice.
He got robbed.
He should have won it twice, but I always said I can understand Tim Tebow. He's one of the greatest college quarterbacks
He should have won
ever.
it, Tebow. The first one, Tebow won it.
But the second year, who won that Heisman? Can you tell me?
I could if you wouldn't put me on the spot like that.
Can anybody in the comments tell me without looking it up? I've never heard of this dude before.
Do you know his name?
No, I can't think of it. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. What year was that?
It would have been 06, maybe 05, 06.
Yeah, Troy Smith.
Oh yeah, quarterback for Ohio State.
It looks like. I've never heard of him, and that might just be my ignorance. 2006, I was 2 years old, but I've never heard of Troy Smith. How did he beat Darren McFadden? In my opinion, the greatest college running back of all time.
Reggie Bush,
Bo Jackson, Darren McFadden. Those are the three.
I think Bush was one that beat out McFadden. McFadden finished second place 2 years in a row.
I think
one
Reggie
time
Bush was
to
like
Tim
2001.
Tebow, and but anyways.
But yeah.
It's just the Arkansas season's over. Now we're waiting on a head coach.
Fingers crossed that it's Dabo Sweeney, and if we can't get him, I'm still on a Bobby train. I'm hanging off of it. I'm hanging out the window with my somebody's holding onto my arm right now, but I'm on it.
I'm on the tracks running in the other direction.
Yeah, no. I'll take Ed Orgeron too. But yeah, so just to comment on
we just naming stuff. Herschel Walker.
Yeah.
Herschel Walker. All right. Yeah. Back in the 80s, he was great.
When's Sarah Huckabee Sanders?
One of the best ever.
When does Sarah Sanders' term come up? We'll have her at head coach. Everybody's interviewed. She might have interviewed for it. Have we seen yet?
If whoever commented that thought that Herschel Walker was the one that beat McFadden, that was 20 years earlier. So
yeah.
No, but Herschel Walker was one of the greatest.
Yeah, I think he was just naming names along.
In fact, until Darren McFadden, he was considered the greatest SEC running back, and so now it's kind of a three-way between. Well, yeah, Bo Jackson. He come a little bit after Herschel.
Yeah.
But
it's a three-way name.
Well, I'd say there's probably like a 4 to 5 between Herschel Walker, Bo Jackson, Darren McFadden, and then probably 2 Alabama running backs between Henry.
They're not Darren McFadden. Derrick Henry's incredible, but he ain't Darren McFadden.
Ingram. A lot of people think Mark Ingram. Yeah.
Heck no. I mean, he's the bottom of that list.
I mean, I wouldn't put him. I think it's.
I think it's Darren McFadden by a country mile. But yeah, so just to touch on a few other things, Arkansas basketball played Duke over the week, and man, Captain Hook for the Duke Blue Devils was a spectacle. I mean,
Boozer. And again,
he's a good player.
I hate to be commenting on. It seems like it because if you're not a Razorback fan, it's like, oh, them guys just sour grapes against the refs. But man, every time he dribbled, he threw an elbow, and
Captain Hook.
They never
he was
called
hooking,
it.
And I mean, he had to have packed his suitcase and just was walking around the court with it because that boy was traveling every time. The Duke put a tweet out of him scoring. And in the score, you can slow it down, and he takes 6 steps. I counted 6 steps before he finally shot the ball in. I mean, again, like you said, it's sour grapes if you're not an Arkansas fan, but
O.J. Simpson.
I mean, if you put some real unbiased blinders on and watch the game, I think it's apparent. But it is what it is. Arkansas basketball is going to be fine. I'm really excited for this season. I think we're going to have a fantastic basketball season. I'm excited for March Madness. We have, I think, number 6 Louisville at home after playing number 4 Duke, and then we've got number 3 Houston and number 22 Texas Tech. So we've got a long
Arkansas
road ahead,
doesn't
but
do
I'm
themselves any
excited.
favors on scheduling in sports.
No sports.
You know.
And even if we're not playing the best teams, we're playing the smartest. Our women's basketball team, I think, travels on the road to Harvard.
Man, I want that
to go play
Indiana
them.
Hoosiers football schedule.
Yeah.
Where you're playing in supposedly the second best conference, and you don't even play the top teams out of that conference. I mean, who couldn't go 12-0 playing?
That's what I was saying. And I'm not saying Indiana's not a good.
You played one tough game. You played Oregon.
And I'm not saying Indiana's not a good football team, but their claim to fame is that they're blowing everybody out.
It's easy to stay healthy when you're playing a bunch of scrubs.
Easy to stay healthy, and it's easy to
the fact that
wall
they didn't
high
have to
school
play
teams.
Michigan or Ohio State, that's I don't know. Give them a blue
Indiana
ribbon.
beat Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, Indiana State. That was the first 3 games against the high school teams.
Missouri is the Indiana of the SEC. They play somehow they get the easiest schedule in the SEC every single year.
Yeah, and they had all of them at home.
But they schedule smart. They started with 6 straight home games.
Yeah,
and they didn't play anybody.
4. They played Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, Indiana State, and Illinois all at home for their first 4. Illinois was fraudulent. I knew that from the start. How they were highly ranked at number 9 was crazy. But then they went and beat at Iowa. They only beat Iowa by 5 points, and everybody's beating Iowa. Iowa's not good. They went and beat Oregon by only 10 points, and Oregon's not that good. They're always frauds. They beat Michigan State like everybody. They beat UCLA like everybody. Maryland, Penn State, Wisconsin, and Purdue. So out of all the teams, you played 2 top 25 teams, and Illinois isn't ranked in the top 25 anymore, I don't think. And if they are, they shouldn't be. And Oregon's Oregon. Oregon's never won anything. But
anyways,
yeah.
Well, the Hogs stink.
It is what it is.
Maybe we'll get this coaching search right, but I'll be honest with you, I don't feel good about it.
It would be a very Arkansas thing to do to get it wrong.
Yeah, I don't feel good about it, so I don't know.
But I'm not like the rest of you Arkansas fans who jump ship and they're just like, well, I'm going to go vote for this team if they hire this guy, or I'm
Arkansas through and through.
Or I don't care. I'm not going to watch the game. I'm going to watch every game Arkansas football ever
Bunch
plays.
of people. We don't hire Bobby Petrino. I ain't going. I'll go be Bobby, whoever he pulls for. Well, then you're a Bobby Petrino fan. You're not an Arkansas fan.
Yeah.
I like Bobby too. I know it don't sound like it. I just don't think he should be our next coach. I appreciate everything he's done for us. I appreciate the past when he was here doing great. I appreciate the fact that he got the opportunity to come back and make it up to the school. I wish it had turned out better. He coached a horrible game today. But if you are going to turn your back on the Hogs because they don't hire who you want them to hire, then you're not a real Razorback fan.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, most of the people saying it, they're just saying it because their feelings are hurt and they're mad. And as soon as the Hogs reel off 4 wins in a row, they'll be back on the Hog train because you can't get it out of your blood.
Unfortunately,
I've tried to be like, all right, I'm going to be when we moved to Tennessee, I thought I'm going to pull for Tennessee. I live in Tennessee. All my friends over here are volunteer fans. Every time we'd watch a game, I was going, man, I hope Tennessee loses. I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I am a Hog fan, and if they go 0-100 over the next, 8 years, I'm still going to be a Hog fan. I'll just be a sad one.
Yeah. I tried the Arkansas State route for a little while. When Ron Appleton was the quarterback, I was trying to, do it.
And I was impressionable. You could have wound up being one
but I can't do anything but love the Hogs. And I love it and I hate it because all they do is break my heart and hurt my feelings. But like you said, we could lose for the next 50 years. I could never watch Arkansas football win another game, and I'll still be tuned in every week waiting on that.
As soon as they win one, you're going,
I'll rub it in everybody's face.
We're back, baby.
Yeah. And it's just in my blood, and I will be Arkansas until I am in heaven.
All right, let's get out of this thing. It's cold. Any other good ones to read? Just
let's see here.
Looked like they were all just having fun naming. running backs.
That's why I can't watch basketball anymore. Lack of fundamental rules. Camp Scatterbo, I want the Missouri schedule. We should go independent like Notre Dame and pick our cupcake schedule every year.
That'd be good.
Or the ACC.
Hey, so everybody's saying, "Oh, you just want to leave and go to another conference." Whatever. Yes, I do. I want to go to either the Big 12 or
I don't want to go to the Big 12.
But if we
I want to go to the SEC or
going
the ACC.
Independent wouldn't be a bad idea either. I'd be for that.
I mean, hey, Notre Dame gets in every year.
Yeah, let's take advantage
of
of the Notre Dame rule.
Yeah. Let's see. John says Leonard Fournette, unselling Duke to Rico the wrestler.
I think
Notre Dame
should be forced to join a conference. I don't think it's fair.
Well, they're in the ACC. They play in all ACC schedule.
In other sports, yeah, they should be forced to
They
join
play
it
in
or be
all
left
ACC
out.
schedule in football. They're eligible for the conference championship. You can, I mean, if it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, it's a freaking duck.
No,
they're an
they're
ACC school. So I don't know, but what you mean, wrestler Barry Sanders? John
Barry
says,
Sanders
would
was
you
a
rather
beast. But I'm talking
Arkansas
about SEC.
3 natties in a row or Ole Miss and Missouri never win another game?
Arkansas 3 natties in a row? What are you talking about?
Look,
I don't hate other teams more than I love the Razorbacks.
No. I would love for Ole Miss and Missouri to never win another game again.
Yeah.
But all I want is Arkansas to be Alabama. That's all I want in life. I'm not a SEC homer.
Yeah, not beat, but beat.
I'm not a SEC homer. I don't care about any other team. I just want the Hogs to win every game they play.
I usually pull for chaos. I'm like, man, I was pulling for Georgia Tech to beat Georgia yesterday, big time.
I wasn't doing that because I'll say this. I hope to God Alabama wins this game tonight so that Ole Miss can't go to the SEC championship game. I hope to God they can't go because then that's just another talking point for them.
Yeah, hey, the Iron Bowl's probably on. Let's go watch it.
So coming up, again, this is the end of the Razorbacks 2025 season.
Where'd he go?
There
he is.
Thank God, thank the high heavens that it's over.
Never thought this would end like Chad Morris. No. Never thought we'd see another 2-10 Razorback team.
No.
We have.
Yeah, we have.
And the majority of it was under Bobby. Just wanted to throw that last jab in there.
Sam Pittman season. But, yeah, so it's the end of the football season. We'll be back next year. And we'll be excited.
And we're going to be back for coach. We'll do coaching.
We'll do coaching
shows.
I want to do after the
we're going to do the big basketball games.
I want to do I want to go back and see how our original predictions were for the SEC standings. I want to go back and see how we fared when we predicted the SEC schedule. I know how I fared when I predicted the SEC or the Arkansas schedule. I'm 2-10 on the season.
We could do a watch party one night, maybe on either a Razorback basketball game or maybe like the national championship game.
Yeah, we'll cover.
Like
we're going to cover basketball. We're not going to cover every game for basketball and baseball like we did football. It's just
the
not,
big games.
It's just
the meaningful ones.
Yeah, we might do an end of the week podcast, or we might do a big game podcast for baseball. I'd like to do, at least for conference play, I'd like to do a series, like the end of the series. You know, we play our 3 games and then we react to how the series went and stuff like that. But that's all in the future. Guys, like, comment, share, subscribe. Get this podcast out everywhere. If you want us to do some stuff, let us know. Comment down below what you'd like to see from us, if you'd like to see the basketball stuff, or if you'd just like us to go back in our hole and come back next year
That's probably what they want.
For the football season again. But no doubt, all I know is I'm high on the Hogs. It doesn't feel like it right now. It's a low day. Arkansas football's over. We're 2-10. But I'm excited for the future for the program. I just want us to be good again, and I love the Hogs. And whoever our coach is going to be, I'm going to get right behind them. I'm going to lift them up, and I'm going to hope that they succeed and do good for the Razorbacks.
Me too. And that's what I want to encourage everybody. Look, when he's hired, the only thing you can do is support him. You can gripe about it, but that don't do anything but hurt the program.
Your opinion does not matter, by the way. Just to let y'all know.
And he means that in the long run,
they're going to hire who they're going to hire.
If you're not giving $10 million a year to the program, it don't really matter.
If your name does not end in Jones, Walton, Hunt, Tyson, or Stevens, your opinion don't matter.
Lindsay.
So whoever the coach is, get behind them. Don't be down on them. It just makes us look like a sour fan base. It's not good for the media and everything. And your opinion don't matter. My opinion don't matter. You know, collectively it does.
I mean,
collectively as a fan base. But individually, you're not going to influence the coaching search by saying that we can't. I'm not going to vote for you. I'm not going to get behind it. Just be
let me say this.
a good fan and get
Talking
behind
about
it
opinions,
and do it.
what he just said, that was diarrhea of the mouth. Your opinion does matter.
No, it don't.
And one of the reasons why
it
Bobby
don't.
Petrino won't be the head coach, probably, did you see the stands today? If those stands would have been full and they'd been shouting, we want Bobby'd have had a good shot, but
Most of the fans want
that's
Bobby
how
Petrino.
that's how the fans matter, is by coming together with your dollars, not going to a game or filling up a stadium, stuff like that.
And
Crying about it on Twitter is not going to help.
That's
much.
what I mean.
Yeah.
Your,
I know
your
that's what
Twitter
you're trying to
fingers
get to.
is what I was trying to get at.
So.
Not going to help nobody. But as always, today's episode and every episode sponsored by Shelter Insurance Dillinger Agency in Harrisburg, Arkansas, licensed in 3 different states.
Yep, Arkansas, Tennessee, and Missouri. Home, auto, life, health, commercial, big truck insurance, farm. We've got you covered, 870-578-5900. You can call or text, and we'll get you covered.
Yep. So again, just to close out,
I guess no Lane Kiffin news.
No, not yet. But again, just to close out, get excited, be happy for whoever we hire, get behind them. We're gonna keep the podcast rolling with basketball, baseball.
Tell them bye.
We may do some coaching search news. We'll definitely do Arkansas's. We may do Lane Kiffin's as well, just to give our opinion and everything like that.
Y'all tell Jace bye.
But I'm just excited to be a Hog fan, as bad as it is right now. So get on the Hogs, be high on the Hogs. That's what this channel's for. And I'm just excited for the future of the program. And it can't get no worse than it is right now. The only way to go is up. Thank you all.
Jesus saves.
God bless and go Hogs.